my newspaper does is we cover news and information about housing and poverty and low-income issues that are normally not covered in depth by the major newspaper establishment. Well, I got involved with these issues because they're my issues. It's my personal story of almost 20 years of homelessness and mental health issues and alcohol and substance abuse. So over almost 20 years, I was in and out of some shelter or some mental institution or some program. But the key for me was getting to the point where I was willing to let somebody help me. And it's very difficult as a man, and even more difficult as an African-American man. It goes against everything you're taught in the urban setting, that you can't control your situation or your destiny, and if it can be, it's up to me, and pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of thinking for men. And for most of us, when we get to the point that we're literally living on the street or sort of living like a sort of a reptilian kind of existence, we're powerless to pull ourselves out of that. And by that, we need some kind of intervention. Sometimes it's the police who intervene and lock us up. And while we're sitting in some cell somewhere, we come to our senses. Sometimes it's family and friends who kidnap us and whisk us away to some program or some different locale. So without intervention, we're powerless to stop this runaway freight train, called homelessness and poverty on our own. And for me, it's been the kindness of perfect strangers who have made the difference in my life. Not people I knew. Good morning. I was on the metro on the Orange Line coming from DC back to Alexandria, basically killing time. That's one of the things you do when you're on the street and it's hot. You get on the metro because it's air conditioned, then you just ride. But once I got sober, and I began to wonder, okay, now I'm sober, what am I gonna do? Gotta work somewhere. There's nothing I like doing because I've had a series of crap jobs over the last 20-some years. Jobs that I absolutely hated going to each day, and they treated you like crap and they paid you like crap. And I just didn't have a sense of a mission, a daily mission going to those jobs. So the paper has been my major source of sustaining having a domicile, renting a room. And kind of funny because initially, I thought I was too old to do it. It was too late. I thought I had squandered the best years of my life and I would just drink the rest of my life away, And it's kind of funny how the recovery piece fits in and all of a sudden you start believing in the same possibilities you had when you were 21 and 22. I think the most important thing to read when you first pick the paper up is page 2. And it explains what we do, how our program works, how we employ people. This is a very short story of this particular paper, but there are 26, 27 of these papers around the United States and Canada, as well as paper internationally that do the same thing. And this is a list of all the people who are now employed as a result of the paper. They've been allowed me just to have some independence, even though I was homeless. I could buy my own toiletries. Every now and then I could go get the extra value meal at McDonald's. Yeah. It's the interaction, because so much of being homeless is being faceless. People don't see you, you're invisible. They don't meet you eye to eye as they walk by you. They look down and gaze away. So it's almost like they don't recognize you as a human being. And after a while, whether you're aware of it or not, it begins to affect you and how you feel about yourself and your self-worth. I live right there.
Yeah.
See the red building? That's owned by the Agape Church. It's right over top of the building. That's one of the few quote-unquote affordable places left in Delray, and even they have gone up. Yeah, I have a 23-year-old car. That car, I couldn't have did my training, I couldn't have did my little part-time work, I couldn't do the running around and going to the AA meetings and all those things, and including that helping other people. So the car was essential to everything I was trying to do.